Hi everyone, Ali Akbarian, your resident road safety expert, back again for another Q&A. Thank you very much for tuning in. Resident road safety expert from Mobility Engineering, of course. Thanks for tuning in, and as we always say, please support us. We're almost at that thousands subscribers. Hit the button down there that looks a bit like this, and we've got something special coming up to celebrate that 1,000 subscriber mark. All right, so today's question is all about ISOFIX child seats. There's quite a lot of questions around ISOFIX coming up. ISOFIX is a very popular type of engagement system for child restraints, but not only child restraints and standard commercial child restraints like this safety first one, but also very common for things like the carrot seat and other disability related restraints very commonly use ISOFIX. Now, a very common question that comes up is as follows. So I've shown videos on this, but I'll quickly rejig. ISOFIX is a lower attachment system to the seat. It is used instead of the seat belt, right? So instead of the seat belt holding the seat in place, the ISOFIX holds it in place. So what I've got here is I've gone and pre-prepared an ISOFIX seat that is fitted correctly with the ISOFIX. So it's nice and firm, right? Here is the question that arises. I've got it all fitted with the ISOFIX, but can I get a bit of extra safety if I put the seatbelt on? Or can I put the seatbelt on as well, right? So what we're talking about is as follows. I'll demonstrate. So this is a very common question. I'm thinking, well, that looks pretty good. And like I've done in another video, in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm not sure about this. I haven't seen these before. So maybe I'll just be safer if I just put the seatbelt as well, because I'm used to that and I've seen them before. So we'll just make sure, just in case, we'll put that seatbelt on, right? Or if I'm getting one level of safety with this, maybe I'll get extra safety if I put that seatbelt on. So what we're talking about is leaving that ISOFIX there like that, and then running your belt through. Just gonna get that through. It is a little bit difficult fitting these things sometimes with getting your hands through the gaps, and that's why the ISOFIX was invented, to make it a bit easier. So what you can do there is basically, like we've shown people, you sort of do your tightening of your baby seat. And again, a mum or a dad or a fitter or someone might go, well, that looks better because I've got extra things holding it in place. I've not only have got that, now I've maybe even upgraded it, or I've given it something extra, but that's actually not the case. And in road safety and in vehicle safety, some things which are safe, if they're not used as per instructions, they can become very dangerous as well. So don't think that, oh, well, if I've got this safety thing here and I've got a safety thing there, if I combine them together, even though people told me not to, that means I should be more safe. Well, actually, that's not always the case, and you might actually be less safe, all right? So, and in this case, it may be the case. So I'll explain why. In the event of an accident, you move forward, so this baby seat is going to move in that direction in the event of an accident until something stops it, right? So what's going to stop it? The ISOFIX or the seat belt? Now, when we fitted one, we know if I fit the ISOFIX, then I know definitely the ISOFIX is going to stop it in the manner that the ISOFIX was designed, because I fitted it all correctly and it's been tested and we're all good, right? If I had the seatbelt fitted and no ISOFIX, again, I would have comfort in knowing that seatbelt fitting is going to hold it in because it's got a seatbelt pathway there, and we're all good, and we followed instructions and we've got it firm, it's all good. But there is no instructions that say use seatbelt and ISOFIX. So what happens when I combine them? I don't know. Maybe I can explain to you potential dangerous, like it could be all good, but I can also explain to you as an engineer who's had a lot of experience in crash safety and road safety, what could potentially be an issue. So here is one potential issue. You could have, as the thing is moving forward, you could have an engagement from the ISOFIX here, and then suddenly there's a little bit of pressure from the seatbelt there, and so that then does a little bit more work, and then the right-hand ISOFIX then is not actually doing any work. So then the baby seat can kind of skew in the event of an accident. Seems a bit strange and seems counterproductive, but it actually can. So these are, because what's happening is one system is interfering with the function of another one, right? So if one was on its own, it'd be all right, but two together are not designed to be there together. It might be fine, but something might not actually work as designed because one is interfering with the other. Do you understand what we're saying here? So you're not getting extra safety. Only ever one thing is going to engage, because as soon as it hits either the seatbelt or the ISOFIX, whatever it engages with, that's what's working. The other stuff is no longer working after that. All of this happens within a split second. And basically, if I use one and I combine it with another that's not designed to be combined with, I have a potential of them clashing, right? So that's why we say you either use one or the other, because that's what the instructions say, that's how they're being tested, and there is no risk of any kind of interference with one or the other, or things moving around in the way that they're not designed to, right? Okay, so hopefully that answers the question to that question around, can I combine my seatbelt and ISOFIX together, and does it give me extra safety or whatnot? And the question is, no, you really shouldn't be. That's not in the instructions. It's not going to give you any benefit. If anything, it may be a negative. And yeah, thanks very much for tuning in. As always, hit that subscribe button down there and keep those questions coming in, and we'll see you next time.